I have started coloring this drawing in Joanna Besford's latest edition of her coloring series, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, a new coloring book with a tale in it. Look, there's a story in it. Wonderful. If you have kids, maybe you can turn this into a family coloring book. Anyway, I've been coloring this one. And so far I have been coloring with Polychromos, Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, but maybe I am going to try other pencil brands as well. Why not? But first, let's put in a touch of this Polychromos, light phthalo blue. Slowly more videos about Ivy and the Inky Butterfly are appearing on YouTube. And I saw one absolutely fantastic page colored by, on Instagram she calls herself, her account is called Cherry Colors. Absolutely amazing work. I don't know if there is if she recorded a video, but go to Instagram or Facebook and look for Cherry Colors, CH. Absolutely amazing. It's a drawing with dandelions. So I'm going to continue this, how do you say this, a keyhole? I think that is the right word. I can feel here my Polychromos pencils having trouble to get their pigments on the paper, because the paper is quite smooth. It is good paper, but quite smooth. Let's try Caran d'Ache Luminance. This is the darkest blue, Prussian blue, darkest blue in the set of Luminance. Now you may wonder why the hell is she speaking with a French, trying to speak French. Well, you know, I decided to, all the brands of pencils and paper and stuff, you know, it comes from different countries. And I decided to try to pronounce it like it should be pronounced and not turn it into an ugly English word or name. I even heard somebody say Caran d'Ache. Well, if I make mistakes like that, I really want you to let me know, because I just like to learn about languages. So if my French, and I'm sure my French pronunciation is not optimal, Caran d'Ache Luminance, that is the best I can do. So I hope it is close enough. These Luminance pencils are, they don't have any trouble with any surface. smooth paper, paper with a lot of tooth, it just doesn't matter. It can take anything. And here is a Prismacolor pencil, Prismacolor Premier, Blue Slate. This Prismacolor is seems to be doing just fine. I have received these Prismacolor pencils as a gift. Was it a year ago, 2 years ago? I don't know anymore. And Prismacolor Premier pencils, they have a problem with breakage. The leads are so soft that they easily break. And I had them in a box in direct sunlight for many, many months. I just kept them in a box in front of the window, and they had a lot of sunlight and warmth. And I haven't had any breakage since. Now, if I drop a pencil, I'm sure it will be broken inside, and I will have to put it in direct sunlight again. But so far they are doing just great after the sun treatment. So while coloring I can tell you that I've been doing some serious gardening yesterday. Not in our own garden, but in my parents' garden. They have a large garden with a lot of trees and shrubs, and it's very green, and there are a lot of birds, beautiful. And in the back of the garden there is a huge tree, a poplar. My grandfather, he planted the poplar. There used to be 2. One is gone already. And this second one is still there. And we needed to do some work on that tree. Behind my parents' garden there is a small canal, a sloat, and let's try some pink. This is bruinzeel, my old bruinzeel set, bruinzeel design. So there is this sloot, as we say in Dutch, a small canal behind my parents' garden. And authorities need to be able to maintain that small canal. It's all about water management here in the Netherlands. We live below sea level, so it can be tough to get rid of excessive rainfall, rainwater And so the canals need to be functioning functioning perfect. So they need to be maintained. And this huge poplar and a couple of other shrubs were blocking the canal. So we needed to do some serious trimming. And actually it was fun. The weather was perfect. It was 15 degrees Celsius. And if you have to do this physical work, then that is a perfect temperature. So I went there with a saw and some big, huge scissors to, I don't know the English word, but you have these huge scissors with which you can cut off branches. I have to say, the Bruinzeel design, I have so many different pencil brands now. Not enough. I always want more. Anyway, Bruinzeel design, once when I bought them, almost next year I will have them 20 years. When I bought them, I was very, very happy with them, and I still am, but I can now clearly identify the difference between these early Bruinzeel design pencils and what came later, like the Polychromos, the Caran-d'Ache Pablos, Caran-d'Ache Luminance, and also the new edition of Bruinzeel design. It's, it's a bit... these are good pencils, but there are chunks in it, little chunks. Let's try this one, Almond Blossom by Ergosot. Now these pencils, the Ergosot pencils, are so subtle that I may not even see what I'm doing. They are too subtle, I think. Yeah, this is not working so well. So let's try another pink by Prismacolor Premier. That is working much better. So I took my huge scissors and a saw and my hiking boots, my mountain boots, and I went out into the garden and had a great time cutting away all the excessive foliage. Thank goodness my sister and her husband came also to help, because it was quite a job. And they have this teeny tiny chainsaw on a telescope stick, and that thing turned out to be absolutely great tool. A tiny chainsaw on a telescope stick. It was amazing that the tiny chainsaw could cut through huge branches. Now poplar wood is very soft. This tiny chainsaw would have had no chance with an oak tree, but with this soft poplar wood it was absolutely great tool, so that helped a great deal. I was having a little bit of a back pain, yesterday because of the work, but it's gone. I feel happy. And there is something else that I discovered. Let's try Carandash Pablo. Let's see. Starting with the lightest one, salmon pink. Yeah. There's something else I discovered yesterday. Something I was hoping for, and it turns to work. It seems to work. If you are following my videos, then you might have seen a couple of videos where I am talking about juicing. Making vegetable and fruit juices, and the idea that by eating a lot more vegetable and fruits, you boost your body and you will help it to overcome physical problems. And the gardening yesterday was a clear sign that the juicing is working. Absolutely clear. My body is getting stronger. I didn't have to take any pause. We've been busy for 3.5 hours. I just didn't have to stop. Here's the other one. Rose. Here. Pink. If I had done this gardening exercise a year ago, then I would have had to stop to get rest, to eat something, to drink something, just to give my body a break, because it wasn't able to keep up. But now I could continue. That is so joyful. So if you are having physical problems, they say it works best for people with autoimmune problems. That's what's happening in my body as well. But if you are having trouble and you are up for a little experiment, well, it's not a little experiment. It's quite a change, I have to say. I let go of a lot of foods. And it's working. I'm doing it just with ordinary fruits and veggies, so nothing organic. So I think if you do it with organic food, then it might work even better, but I'm not sure about that. Let's try another luminance pencil. This is called, oh dear, this is a very difficult word, anthraquinoid pink. Rose anthraquinone. Well, Here I have purplish red. Wow, that looks good. If you want to learn more about the phenomenon of juicing, then there are two documentaries, both, I think they are both on YouTube and on Netflix too. One is called Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, and the other one is called, actually, Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead. There is a part 1 and a part 2. And there is another one called Super Juice Me. And it gives you an insight on the power of vegetables and fruits. So, this flower is slowly coming to life. The fun about these Ivy and the Inky Butterfly is that there are, for me, that is very nice, there are smaller drawings, you know, because I'm so slow in drawing, my coloring is so slow, to do a slightly smaller drawing, so it will be finished earlier. And Ivy and the Inky Butterfly is really, well, there are a lot of smaller drawings, so I like that. Let's do some leaves, and these are the pencils that I received together with the book, Staedtler Ergosot. And Joanna Besford sent me this book as a gift. That is so nice. And of course she knows she didn't only send it to me, she sent it to many more colorists, because of course it helps her to sell her books. That's completely fine. I am happy to assist her in selling as many books as possible. Spread the joy of coloring. So much fun coloring. So here you see the Ergosoft pencils. They are working fine. It is a cheaper pencil than all the other pencils that I have. And if you don't want to spend too much money on a pencil set, then these Ergosofts may be the right choice for you. I have to say, I don't have many pencils in the same price category, so it's hard for me to I cannot compare them to anything else. The pencil that I have that comes closest price-wise is this one, the German Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor. This is the color apple green. And I've already done some coloring with this one, the Lyra, and I have to say they were a very happy surprise. But I haven't tried them on this paper yet. They are more expensive here in the Netherlands than the Staedtlers. But I believe Lyra has more colors available than Staedtler. Now this Lyra pencil's colors really a little bit different from the Staedtler. We can do a little comparison. Let's see. Here, let's get back to these little leaves. Staedtler. Staedtler doesn't have any color names, so this is the darkest green in my set of 24. Let's see how the layering goes. I have to say, on this smooth paper, it looks like the Staedtler is laying down the color a little better than the Lyra. And again, maybe you would say it is Lyra. In Germany they would say Lyra. So I'll stick with that. So I will now speak English and German and a bit of French, and that all with a strong Dutch accent. Now let's pick, oh, my camera is about to, it wanted to fall, to tip over. This is the Rembrandt Polycolor Sap Green. This is the darkest green in my set of 24 Lyra pencils. I'm going to do some sharpening. That looks better. I've been working with these Lyra pencils in my secret garden book, and that book has completely different paper. And on that paper these Lyras were absolutely fantastic. And I have to say, on this smoother paper, in Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, they have a little more trouble. But maybe you can see the difference. They are more precise than the Staedtlers. Now, this Staedtler, I haven't sharpened it yet, and it has a triangular shape and I'm going to change that by sharpening. So I sharpened the pencil. Let's see if that does anything for the precision of coloring. Well, it works a little bit. This is a yellow one, and I already sharpened it. Let's see how it works when we do some blending and layering. That works well. And here's the Lyra Lemon Cadmium. Let's do the same. Try to do some blending and layering. Let's pick the darker one, sap green. Well, in this book, on this type of paper, I wouldn't say that the Lyra Rembrandt pencils are better. They are more expensive, at least where I live, and then they are still not extremely expensive. But actually, well, the colors are a little bit brighter than the Staedtlers. Let's go back to the Staedtler. I'm going to pick another color. This is a medium green. Still with that triangular tip on. I think the Staedtler pencil is a little bit harder. A harder lead. Well, there is, it's not clear, it's a close finish. The Lyras are a little bit more precise and a little bit more, I think a little bit softer. But then again, they are a little bit more expensive. Oh, this is some sort of an ochre. But look, these Staedtler pencils, they are doing quite a good job. There is a downside. As far as I know, there are only 36 colors in the Staedtler range. And the Polycolor by Lyra has, as far as I know, they have 72. Now I'm going back to Faber-Castell Polychromos, because I can now feel the difference much clearer, I think. This is grass green. Now Polychromos is it is a professional brand, but very good priced actually. I think they have unbreakable leads. They are quite soft but very precise. The points won't break. Cadmium yellow, light cadmium yellow. They layer and blend perfectly. And I think you can see already that this goes on the paper so smoothly. You don't see any scratch marks of the pencils. Here a tiny bit, but I can completely get rid of them by continuing the layering. Let's go for a medium yellow, green, leaf green, to see how that works. Look at that. Now this is the clear difference between a professional pencil and pencils like the Lyra's and the Staedtlers. You can get similar effects with the cheaper pencils, but it is more work and you need to work more precise. Pine green, Tannengrün. Oh Tannenbaum, oh Tannenbaum. Do you know that song? It's a Christmas song from Germany. I need to do some sharpening. So here it is, sharpened pencil. There are another two sets of cheaper pencil brands that I would love to try and review, and those are Marco Renoir's and Marco Raffine. I am very curious about those two, so I hope in the future I will be able to do that, but first I need to buy a set. I haven't done yet. I see people do gorgeous things with these Marco Renoir and Marco Raffine pencils. So, and they are, I think, in the same price range as the Lyra Rembrandt and the Staedtlers. Yeah, well, do you need the best pencils in the world to get the best results? That depends. I think overall you can say the answer is no. Dark cadmium yellow. I think what is most important, look at this. Wow. The power of polychromos. No, I think it's more important that the pencil fits your way of coloring. It fits your hand. It fits your style. That is much more important. I know a guy, he retired a couple of years ago. And he started to do some painting with extremely cheap paint from, we have a shop here called Action. It's something like the dollar store, I think. Extremely cheap stuff, bad quality stuff. But this guy makes extraordinary paintings with that cheap paint. He is even colorblind, so his wife helps him to pick the right colors. Absolutely interesting. And well, I need to pick another green. Oh, let's do this one. Permanent green olive, one of my favorite greens from the Polychromos series. So this guy is using the worst paint in the world, making absolutely beautiful modern art. It is abstract paintings he makes, and one of his best works I have seen is based on the New York skyline. Absolutely fantastic, with the worst paint ever. So it's not all in the quality of your pencils or paint. Absolutely not. So if you don't have the money, or you don't want to spend the money, you really don't have to. Then try a cheaper pencil brand. And maybe, I think selling them secondhand after you could start with a cheaper set and then save some money for a more expensive set and then sell your other one. Why not? Your old set could make somebody else very happy. Here is a warm gray number 2 on the back of this leaf. Next winter I will do a couple of giveaways. So I will do a giveaway on Ergosot pencils and on 2 coloring books. I have 2 sets of the same Ergosot pencils, light green. I think it's no use of having 2 identical sets, so I will do a giveaway. And there will be another 2 giveaways about 2 coloring books that are lovely coloring books, but I'm just not going to use them. So it was permanent green, so I would like to give them away. So here you can see this was Staedtler Ergosot, this was Lyra Rembrandt Polycolor, and this is Faber-Castell Polychromos. 3 German brands. I can see a clear difference between these two and this one, the Polychromos. It's much easier to do detail and stuff. That's okay. It's a different... this is professional, this is not. So, but I think you can see that you can do great things with both Ergosoft and Lyra. Well, it's time to stop this video, but I'll get back to you with this one. And I wish you happy coloring. Bye bye.